Greetings fellow captains and welcome back to World of Warships with the Highfound, and today we've got something very special. This is my first ever video swap with another community contributor. Yes, we've done some community replays in the past, we've hosted some other smaller YouTubers, but this is our first official one, and you may have noticed something about the screen's a bit weird. Yes, that's right, this is on Xbox, and this is from none other than Spartan Elite43, who obviously we know quite well through World of Warships, but I also do the Wreckfest series with himself and Dirty Mike D, also known as Fat Guy Gaming, who's over on Facebook. And there's another little surprise in here, someone you may or may not have heard of. Where are you, Aaron? Who's also a YouTuber. Spartan, stop showing us your menu. And this looks like a particularly chatty game, which is unusual. How much of that is because Spartan Elite is in the game? I don't know, but chances are that's having an effect. And by the way, it's pronounced Aaron. Stop bastardizing our language, damn Americans. Right, okay, so Spartan gets his first shot off, and notice something straight away about this game, and I don't know how much of this is because, well, it's Spartan Elite. Everyone knows Spartan Elite, but by the looks of it, the majority of his team are screaming, "Spartan, let me love you!" They've abandoned the C cap, leaving a sole destroyer trying to push in and cap C. B is being taken by the destroyer. Now Spartan's holding his shot, rightly so. I think he's hoping, and exactly what I'd be hoping for, is that the Iowa's going to turn. But it looks like the Iowa's not. He's going to keep that angle. So Spartan fires the salvo off, and a decent shot. What was that? About 10,000 damage. You know, not bad at all. So we're gonna see how this plays out. And according to Spartan, by his words himself, this one's a doozy. So let's see. So Nelson appears. He's behind an island. Unlucky Spartan at the moment. We're not going to get a chance to have a shoot at him. But that's when the Iowa gets a sudden rush of shit to the brain and reverses out in front of an Iowa. Hold these, as Spartan would say himself. That nothing. What was he thinking? Nothing else could possibly have happened from there. And as you can see, the destroyer is being pushed out of the cap back in C. So rightly so, there's a cruiser coming down, and you know, destroyer, cruiser, yeah, you're probably not going to win that battle. And out comes the broadside Nelson, and hello sunshine. Yeah, just for the memes, Spartan does absolutely nothing to the Nelson. I can almost hear, I can feel, I can sense the rage myself from here. Like, what the hell? We're broadside Nelson. He should be dead. Like, yeah, Spartan must be going mad. But as we all are aware with this game, RNG giveth and RNG taketh away. And here we have the bow tank in Nelson. Shots away. Boom. Yes, 2 citadels, and Spartan basically deletes him with a single salvo. But it is a Nelson. And look at that heal. That Nelson's heal is absolutely disgusting. But it's not going to save him. As to be honest with you, I missed it. Whoever Spartan's divisioned up with, oosh, the Vladivostok Wargasm, and the that is the Nelson done. The Nelson is gone. But yeah, as you can see, not going like you can sense it. You can sense when you lose your destroyer that early in the game. Whilst all that was going on, the destroyer got murdered. So it is now 2 cruisers and a bunch of battleships against the red team, and we are now down by, I say we, Spartan and Wargasm's team are down by 2 ships. as Spartan's looking to try and put a bit of a hurting on the Chapayev, because, well, it's a Chapayev. It's going to spam you with HE if you're left alive for too long. And clearly the Chapayev doesn't spend much time on YouTube, because he's completely ignoring Spartan. And, well, let's be honest, if that was you or me, Spartan would have about 3 fires on him by now. But, well, we can forgive him for that, I'm sure. So the Chapayev doing the right thing. He's trying to retreat, trying to get behind the mountain before getting absolutely to avoid getting absolutely deleted. And salvo away. Ah, yes, 1 over pen and 1 ricochet on a Chapayev kiting away. Well done. RNG again. It's just here to punish us. And yeah, as you can see, things are not looking good. That is another ship down, so that's 5 ships lost to the 2 enemy teams lost. And Spartan obviously sees a Jean Bart, fires behind it, because it's a Jean Bart. It's going to be going backwards. We know this. One day, the French Navy will fix those good old turbines and get them to spin in the correct direction. Right, so let's come on. There are torpedoes being sent away, and the Eisenhower is down. This comes to the Jean Bart, but his torpedoes were looking good. So will his torpedoes actually make contact and finish him off? Ooh, they look good. There's one. That looks like some flooding, and Jean Bart is down. So they pull back 1 kill, but lost another 2. Now it's just down to 3 ships. There is obviously Spartan. Wargasm is still alive. I do like that name. I've seen him in a couple of battles and just giggled to myself. So the only real available target at the moment, because the others are probably behind islands, is this Chapayev. So Spartan's going to focus on him whilst turning in to Cap B. And there's the torpedoes coming from the destroyer. And yep, we could class that as some torpedo beats, but he didn't really have to do much to dodge them. They weren't well. In all fairness, they were probably quite well aimed. And oof, later Chapayev, and Spartan cleverly waits until. I was going to say cleverly waits until the Chapayev stops spamming him with HE to burn his damage control, but he uses his repair and doesn't use his damage control. Little bit of a mistake there, I think, Spartan, but we will forgive you. And in comes the IOR. The IOR is fairly well angled, but it's probably the best target that we have, paying attention to the map. And Xbox players, how do you cope with that chat thing blocking the mini-map all the goddamn time? that needs fixing. I think you can move it. Map awareness has to be a real challenge. So Wargasm's asking for some assistance on the Baltimore, and that's why Baltimore's almost dead. We have some more torpedoes coming in as Spartan absolutely hammers the other Iowa, putting him up to 150 damage, and he takes 2 torpedoes. So maybe he was smart by not burning that damage control, because yeah, we'd be flooding right now. So lucky accident or a piece of genius? What do we think? Yeah, I suppose that destroyer was always a threat. And oof, another Citadel and the Confederate medal after absolutely hammering that Wichita. But of course, the Wichita, being the Wichita, manages to set a fire just before the end. And the Z-23 is finally spotted, but, well, it's up against It's up against 2 battleships and a cruiser, and the cruiser is not in a position to do anything about it. So Spartan very wisely turns the other direction, because there are probably even more torpedoes heading his way. And oh no, they were fired at Wargasm. Mogami, what are you doing? Go after the destroyer. What are you doing over there? I think you're even pointing the wrong way. At least he is going to put up his spot plane, although I don't think that is going to massively help in this situation. So as you can see, the enemy at the moment have a 50-point lead, and that is when the awfully brave York decides to edge up to this corner. Spartans turn in. Looks like the York has probably made the right choice and decided, yeah, no, there's an Iowa there. Fuck that, I'm running away. And now, unfortunately, because that DD is still alive, the DD has now just flipped the A cap. So that 50-point lead is going to start growing, and it's going to start growing a lot. But hopefully that Mogami will be able to get over there in a reasonable amount of time and either kill that destroyer or flip the cap back. So let's see exactly how this turns out. So yeah, it started off looking like it was going to be a loss. Spartan's team quickly got some significant kills towards the end as Spartan whips up the heel. And well, yeah, now it's a 3v2. So there is some potential here. So it looks like the Mogami has actually spotted the destroyer. Spartan's putting a bit of a hurting on that York, but the York rightly is running away, and he has very cleverly fired his torpedoes, and it looks like Spartan's going to eat 3 of them, and unfortunately that is the end of Spartan at 182,000 damage. And by the looks of it, that destroyer is going to get away from the Mogami. Or he is getting away from the Mogami, and there is the York down. Wargasm puts an end to him, and yeah, the points lead is a little over 100. So it is imperative that this Mogami kills this destroyer. Mogami, you need to kill the destroyer. You need to punch that X button. Sorry, it's not X on Xbox. We've got a controller here, or is it? I think it still is X, isn't it? Ah, it's an A. Punch that A button. And was it worth it stopping to get that cap? I don't know. I would have definitely, with it being the last ship alive, I would have definitely of pressed the attack, especially with him being in close range. And well, you know, you had a good chance of keeping him spotted there. But no, the Mogami decided to go for the cap, and now the enemy destroyer is flipping B. So we know where he is, but unfortunately, god damn it, I hate it. I believe they have fixed this now and put a bit of an outline on the match timer. But this has been a long one. We're getting down to the nitty gritty parts of the match now, and you know, right, okay. So we know the DD's in between Wargasm and the Mogami here. Wargasm's probably doing the right thing by sailing away, because the points lead is a lot, and he's on low health, so he's probably only going to be able to take one or two torpedoes from that Z23. So getting out of there, you know, if he gets hit, that's it, it's game over. So the Mogami, oh, he's paying attention, and he does dodge the torpedoes from the Z23. Here come the second set, and oh, looks like he's going to eat one of those, and he does, but he's got his damage repair ability, and we're down into the last 40 seconds of the match. And as you can see, the chat is still going. It's still going pretty strong. Unfortunately, I didn't get a copy of the game chat audio. That probably would have been quite interesting to hear. especially with that Mogami stopping there at A like he did. So obviously the DD's in here. He's contesting the cap. There's, what are we on? 13 seconds left. 10 seconds as we're starting to hear that final countdown timer, and the Z23 has clutched the game, and unfortunately that is a loss, and that's going to be a painful loss. 182,000 damage. Confederate was a devastating strike, high caliber. 2,000 base XP in a loss, and 1,700 base XP for Wargasm as well. So that's just painful to see. That really is. But I do want to give a massive thank you to Spartan for doing this video swap with me. If you don't know who he is, I don't know what rock you've been living under, but his channel link will be in the description below, and you want to get yourself over there, check out his channel, and also check out my my video, which Spartan is going to be doing. He's going to be reacting to and talking over a gameplay of myself in the Edinburgh. So that should be quite interesting. So thank you very much for dropping by, and until next time, take care.